Afternoon, everyone. This is the IT Monkeys project selection video. So, to identify our selected project and justify our selections, as a group, we first considered what our own abilities were and our time constraints for the class. We thought about who we are as a group, what problems are we trying to solve within the scope of our own abilities. Our plan to achieve this was to research the software development lifecycle planning phase, create a set list of criteria to evaluate all of our potential projects, and start brainstorming our project ideas.
So, planning in the software development lifecycle is the first and most crucial step that sets the stage for a successful project, ensuring that the final product aligns with our business objectives, optimizes time, cost, and resources, and meets security and compliance standards while delivering a seamless user experience. The planning phase establishes the foundation for the entire project, where stakeholders, which would be us, collaborate to define clear goals, objectives, and scope, and creating a shared understanding that guides every team member through the entire development process.
So, to understand the best way to measure our projects, we researched some benefit measurement methods like criteria, justification, and cost benefit analysis would be ideal for our project selection process. We looked at the net present value, the discounted cash flow, objectives, and key results.
Our criteria for selection was narrowed down to these things. Feasibility: do we have the technology, tools, know-how, and resources for this project? Time: can we finish this project at the deadline? Real-world usability: does this project solve a real problem? Scalability: would this project be scalable to the desired outcomes? Interest: as a team, are we motivated to complete this project? And risks: what are the technical risks associated with this project, and can we handle them?
So, based on our research and planning, we came up with some project ideas, and each one was designed to address specific user needs. So, here's an overview of our projects and their primary use cases. So for my first idea in mind, I had a video game slash movie slash book rental system. In this program, users can create an account with their personal information, such as their name or email, which is then stored in a database. Users can browse the selection with helpful features, including search filters like title, genre, and price range, as well as sorting options by rating, price, and release date. Users can also make a purchase directly through the system, and if a rental is returned late, a late fee is applied automatically. The use case for this would be individuals who want a convenient way to browse and rent items while also keeping track of their rental history. And for my second idea, I had an inventory management system for online businesses. So this system would allow users to keep track of their stock levels, manage orders, and monitor sales efficiently. It would include point of sale style tools that provide real-time insights into sales performance, which would help businesses make informed decisions quickly. The use case for this would be primarily for private sellers, drop shippers, online businesses, and managers to help monitor their inventory, process orders, and analyze their sales performance.
For my project idea, I came up with a timekeeping program. This would be a program that keeps track of time on any specific job. It would be important that it be simple, just open and press a button. You could store jobs in a folder if they're done a lot for ease of use. All of the time stored would be put into a timesheet. You can choose how often the timesheet gets made, bi-weekly, monthly, etc. You also have an option to have the app track your location and start or stop timers depending on where you are. These locations would also be linked to jobs. The use case would be for private contracting, collaborating in a team, or just any personal thing.
All right, so my project idea was the Book Loop, the textbook exchange program. So it would basically be a desktop application with a user-friendly user interface where you can list and buy used books. It would let the user list books with a course number, condition, edition, and a price. Um, the program would also have a search filter, a rating feature, and an inventory tracker, and possibly also a transaction and shipping feature if there's extra time for that. And the possible customers would be schools, universities, and book clubs.
And for my idea, I had an automotive parts finder that allowed users to input their car type to get compatible parts, accessories from different manufacturers and websites, and provide prices, links, and pictures. For added scope, we could do a price comparison across multiple websites, and this is built for users looking for car parts. My second idea was a market trend analyzer or flagger, made to display current market trends for the top performers, allow users to search their own stock or crypto to display their market trends. For added scope, we can add multiple different flags to indicate trends with visual representation for users looking to learn market trading. So, how did we end up picking our app? So, we used our established evaluation criteria: feasibility, time, usability, scalability, interest, risk, and return. Um, each member went ahead and shared their project idea with initial research and support for their feasibility issues, if any. We scored each project 0 to 10 for each project criteria point and averaged each score. With our results, we found a tie between the Timekeeper program and the Book Exchange program. To handle this, each member voted and provided their own justification for their vote, and we had a nice open discussion. So, some of the justification points we had for the Timekeeper app was it could possibly have a shorter development cycle while also being very practical for many different business cases, students, or personal productivity. It could be expanded on with payroll integration features, reports, or reminders. It was very engaging to us because of its usefulness and also having a low risk. The Book Exchange program, on the other hand, had a very strong mission statement and the ability to expand into a fuller marketplace. It also had a strong appeal for us since we're students and it's based for student communities. We also came up with a visual helper to see how we voted the different programs. As you can see, we have feasibility on the bottom, time, usability, scalability, interest, risk, and our DCF values. You can see a tie between the Timekeeper and the Book Exchange. I think it scored 10 on all of them.
Okay, and so to wrap things up, in our planning phase, we applied a structured evaluation process. We used defined benefit measurement methods and clear criteria to guide our decision making. A big part of this phase was collaboration. Every team member presented their ideas and gave feedback, which made sure that diverse perspectives were included and that everyone's input was valued equally. We also kept our analysis objective. So projects were scored on a 0 to 10 scale against the criteria we had agreed upon. This reduced bias and kept us aligned with the SDLC's focus on measurable factors rather than just personal preferences. And of course, conflicts came up. At one point, we had a tie. So to resolve it, we used team voting and asked for justification behind each choice. This helped us reach consensus while keeping clarity and fairness in mind. Finally, we reached alignment. The project shows strong feasibility and scalability and also matches user needs and project constraints.
And we wanted to end our video with a quote going, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage that counts," by Winston Churchill. Thank you so much. from the IT Monkeys.